Okay, oil is going up again today. So yesterday we were down and today it's up. Is this just going to be another scary headline, or is this actually a sign that we're going to get squeezed again? So let's talk about what's actually happening in regards to oil, how it's going to affect your money, why you should even care, and what potentially you could do about it. So let's look at our notes here. So what's happening? As of yesterday, Monday the 23rd, Trump said that they were in talks and oil went down about 10%. Wonderful. Everybody loves that, right? But today, let's see. According to Reuters and CNBC, Iran says, no, we're not really in talks. So what's happening now is that we're having Brent crude, which is typically what Europeans watch more than us, and the WTI, which is the West Texas, can't say that, West Texas Intermediate. So WTI is what Americans typically follow. Obviously, it's our oil, right? But they're both up. So right now, the crude is over about 100 and the WTI is over 90. So it's ticking back up. It had been a lot higher, so thankfully it's down, but it's gone up. So what we're wondering about here is the Strait of Hormuz going to actually get opened? Right now, it's not fully open, and that's where the problem's coming in. So the markets are starting to think, well, this is one of those situations where it's iffy. It could all go bad pretty fast. So they're being very cautious with this. This is what we know so far. Oil down 10% from yesterday, back up though. Not nearly as bad as it was, up a couple percent each. That's as of this recording. Everything changes all the time. Iran, again, says, no, we're not in talks with Washington. Washington says we are. Who knows what's really going on? Which is why the markets are all crazy. Which, until we know that the Strait of Hormuz is actually opened, markets aren't going to be taking this very lightly. Plus, analysts say that if we continue to get disruptions, the oil is going to go up higher. Not anything that any of us want. So, this is what we don't know yet. We don't know if de-escalation is actually going to happen. We don't know if there's going to be any more shipping disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. And we don't know if this is going to be short term or if this is going to be something that's going to stick around. So, notes there. Let's talk about why this actually matters to you. So, if this actually stays the way it's been going and the strait stays closed or essentially closed, the oil is going to go up, which means you are going to pay more at the pump. You are going to pay more on anything that gets shipped. You are going to pay more on groceries. You will just pay more and you're going to eat the cost because businesses can't really afford to eat the cost and they are going to pass it on to you. Now, budgets are already stretched so thin for everybody. This is a very dire moment for the economy. But this is what people really kind of miss on a day-to-day basis is that even if you never buy a barrel of oil, which who in their life actually buys a barrel of oil, you still have to pay the price and you will get affected. So now for everyday Americans, your cost of living is going to go up by this, and it's going to go up pretty fast because once the gas pumps start feeling this, that hits into diesel, which means it's now shipping for everything. And then the next place you're really going to feel it is your groceries. So, what's going to happen here? Now, according to the analysts, if this stays closed through the end of April, we could be looking at a barrel of oil at 150. For context, the last time oil was this high, or the highest it's been since they've started recording, was $147.50, $147.50 a barrel, and that was July of 2008. So, if you were around back then, or you've only heard the stories, you know that '08 was a turning point. The thing is that our economy really can't handle the higher gas prices, or we definitely can't handle it if it just spikes. And that's what we're experiencing right now. So, this is what you need to watch for. Does the Strait of Hormuz actually stay closed and disrupted? Then, Is there going to be any potential movement with this diplomatically? Is Iran actually going to work with them? Are they not going to work with them? Is the government actually working with Iran, or are they just saying they are? We have no idea. And until something gets moving there, we're going to have some problems. So watch out for what's going there. Watch out for the oil staying above 100 because that is a real sticky point. But if we start getting up there, just know that you are going to have to do some things and the economy is not going to be going well. Also, watch the pump. That's our main thing. We're going to watch the pump. So this is what you're going to do. If you are starting to get low on gas and you can afford to go put more in, do it strategically. So do it when you see it's low. Watch Gas Buddy. It's one of the best ones. And if you hear noises, that's because the cats decided it's time to play. Let's see. We're going to delay any kind of driving that we have to do unless we can do it strategically with other stuff. Try to group everything together where you can. Then, if you can, not everybody can, but if you can, put some money aside as just a price buffer for gas that you're going to pay extra on or anything extra in groceries. Recheck your monthly budget, see where you can move stuff around if possible to buffer for this because it's going to probably hit people pretty hard if this continues to stay up or gets worse. If you have any short-term travel plans, try to lock those costs in as fast as you can, like for air flights and stuff, because those are a little slower because of the way they buy their oil. So, or their gas, they buy it typically earlier. So you'll be able to hopefully price in and get a lower price. But I'm sure they're already changing those tickets, knowing that in the future they're going up and they're going to have a harder time to actually fill them. So don't panic buy anything. Only stock up on what you need. We know what panic buying does. Everybody remembers the toilet paper. So now I'm wondering if you actually think that this is going to work itself out or not. If you think it is or you think it's not, drop a comment below. And if you want more information on what's actually happening and how it can affect you, just subscribe. And until next time, think differently, take control, be a renegade. And until the next one, have a great day.